Welcome to this conversation where I want to give you an introduction to a lovely hymn by the name of "O Sons and Daughters, Let Us Sing," written really in the 15th century, and it's based on a French melody that was given later on in the 17th century. And it is a lovely tune that we add to the repertoire of our Easter hymnody, one that's not very common, but I hope it becomes common in the next few Easter weeks. And I'm going to show you now the screen with the song as we work our way through it. Well, here you have it. It's a fairly easy melody once you pick it up. There are 9 verses, and typically by the third or fourth, you have an idea of what the hymn sounds like. And what's interesting here, this is a Easter hymn that talks about the encounter that Thomas had with Jesus. There are not many hymns out there that talk about this encounter. My general assertion has been that we have an illiterate Easter hymnody evangelical culture. Usually we know 3 or 4 Easter hymns, and if you grew up in an evangelical church, you probably heard "Up from the Grave He Arose," "Christ the Lord is Risen Today." But beyond that, there may be 1 or 2 more that you may know from your heart, the melody, but you don't really see the vastness of it. And there are hundreds and hundreds of Easter hymns that the evangelical church doesn't sing, and I think we do need to sing. What's unique about this particular hymn here is the use of the encounter, the textual description of the encounter between Thomas and Jesus, beginning verse 5 and through verse 7. And so the hymn sets it up for that encounter. And you see this in verse 1, "O sons and daughters, let us sing." It's a call for the people of God to gather. The King of heaven, he is risen. He rose triumphing. And then there's the use of "Hallelujah, hallelujah," which is very common in Easter hymns, in contrast to the Gloria of the Christmas season. Gloria. Really common in the Christmas season, the Easter season, you have the exaltation of the "Hallelujah, hallelujah." A lot of hallelujahs to declare the vindication of Jesus at his resurrection. And so here we enter into this conversation between Jesus and Thomas, the Gospels narrate for us. In verse 5, you see, "When Thomas first the tidings heard, how they had seen the risen Lord, he doubted the disciples' word. Hallelujah, hallelujah." Then verse 7, "No longer Thomas then denied. He saw the feet, the hands, the side. Thou art my Lord and God," he cried. Hallelujah, hallelujah. A really beautiful poetry in this great Easter hymn that I hope all of us will learn how to sing. What I want to do is sing through just a couple of verses so you can get the rhythm of it, and especially the hallelujahs in the end here. And it goes like this. "O sons and daughters, let us sing. The King of heaven, the glorious King, o'er death today rose triumphing. Hallelujah, hallelujah." You see how the melody flows? It's rather quick paced, which means the 9 verses will go by rather quickly if you're afraid of singing these many verses or not accustomed to it. And what you will see as you sing through, you'll see the rhythm of the story progressing, which is why we sing through all the verses. It's a really magnificent way of learning the story of these hymns if you sing it verse by verse, so you can feel the progression of the narrative. And so you skip to verse 5, and now you hear the interaction between Thomas and Jesus. Verse 5. "When Thomas first the tidings heard, how they had seen the risen Lord, he doubted the disciples' word. Hallelujah, hallelujah." Verse 6. "My pierced side, O Thomas, see. My hands, my feet I show to thee. Not faithless, but believing be. Hallelujah, hallelujah." You see this interaction progressing now. Now you get to verse 7, and you see the belief of Thomas. And look how the poetry is positioned for us in the text here. No longer Thomas then denied. He saw the feet, the hands, the side. I love this phrase here. Thou art my Lord and God, he cried. Hallelujah, hallelujah. And then verse 9 summarizes everything. It's a repetition of verse 1, but phrased in a more corporate setting here. On this most holy day of days, to God your hearts and voices raise in laud and jubilee and praise. Alleluia, alleluia. Really lovely, lovely melody that we find on this stunning Easter hymn entitled, O Sons and Daughters, Let Us Sing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you have an opportunity to sing together with your families, and we will see you next time. The Lord be richly with you in this Easter season.